Low, resonant voice, slow pacing, cinematic echo. In the days that followed, the city began to change. The woman and the child were no longer strangers in the crowd. They became a symbol, a living echo of courage that refused to fade. Every step the boy took became a ripple across time, a whisper carried by the wind, reaching hearts that had long forgotten what hope felt like. Across the screens of the world, news anchors spoke softly. Greater than, a miracle in motion, a child once bound by wheels, now walking into tomorrow. But behind the miracle was a truth the world never saw. Nights of sleepless struggle, tears hidden behind gentle smiles. The woman's trembling hands holding faith tighter than anything she had ever known. Music rises, orchestral strings. 2026 was no ordinary year. It was the year the world began to rediscover humanity. Technology had grown faster than empathy, until this one moment reminded everyone that progress means nothing without heart. The boy's steps weren't perfect. Each move was a battle, each breath a declaration. Yet every time he stumbled, the woman was there, not to carry him, but to remind him he could rise. Greater than, you are not broken, she whispered. You are becoming. Her words were simple, but they carried the weight of centuries. Around them, cameras flashed, journalists asked questions, scientists gave theories. But none could explain what truly moved him. It wasn't science. It wasn't miracle. It was love, unmeasurable, unstoppable, undeniable love. Soft background hum, voice lowers. One evening, as the sun fell behind the skyline, the boy asked, "Greater than, why did you never give up on me?" She smiled, eyes glistening with light. Greater than, because giving up would mean teaching you how to stop believing. And I couldn't do that. For the first time, the boy didn't answer. He just stood there, tall, trembling, and took 3 steps forward without her hand. A tear rolled down her cheek. Not of sadness, not of pride, but of awe. Because in that moment, she realized. The miracle wasn't that he walked. It was that he believed he could. Music swells, percussion enters. Crowds gathered the next morning. They called it, the Walk of Light. People from distant cities arrived, parents, children, doctors, even dreamers, all to see the boy who had defied his destiny. But for the woman, it wasn't a show. It was a prayer being answered in slow motion. As the boy stood before the crowd, his wheelchair stood behind him, empty, shining under the morning sun like a relic from another lifetime. He looked back once, then forward forever. And when he began to walk, the world fell silent. Every heartbeat in that square matched his rhythm. Every breath carried his name. Greater than, one step, he whispered. For her, for everyone. Sound fades into echo, narrator continues softly. And that day, 2026 wasn't just another year. It became a promise, that no matter how dark the world may grow, someone, somewhere, will always choose to lift another.